Hello everyone, Rob here from Bigtank and welcome to this, the fourth vlog in our mini-series looking at the power of people in video content to engage, motivate and prompt people to act in a certain way, such as buy a product, vote for an individual or embark on a whole new way of thinking. In this episode, we're looking at how to interview effectively to make sure you get the content you need from any filming session. And immediately, the one thing that you can give yourself to look at getting the best from an interview session is time. Interviewees who are rushed, feel pressured or ill-prepared will very rarely give you the content you're looking for, unless of course it's a politician you're wanting to catch off guard. For most other scenarios, the success of an interview and how an audience will perceive the content is on how well the person speaking comes across. Now, we often hear a counter to this, that if you give someone too much time to prepare for an interview, the response may appear scripted or artificial. Well, in more than 20 years of conducting interviews for TV and for video content, I've always found it's easier to coach someone down in an interview who's over-prepared than calm someone who is under-prepared and nervous. So, when you have the scenario of interviewing someone at work or capturing one of your clients as a case study, factor in time. Time to plan the actual filming, but also time for the interviewee to prepare. And when you're setting a time for the client, even though an interview may only take 10 to 15 minutes, we usually ask for half an hour as a minimum, as it allows time for the interviewee to arrive, settle, warm up, answer some throwaway questions, and then be in that sweet spot for the content that will be included in your project. And in terms of the actual questions, again, with a sit-down interview, we always send the questions ahead to the interviewee, as one of the biggest worries people have in interview scenarios is being asked something that they won't know how to answer. Now with this, we do always ask that the interviewee doesn't script any answers or plan their responses word for word, but just to get a feel for what they might say. We always include some fluffier questions at the start too, to help the interviewee get into the right mindset and to quickly relax during the interview session. Another really important element in conducting an effective interview is having an interviewer, or in our case the video producer, know the subject matter that we're looking into and to have a feel for the clients answering the questions and the industry that they're working in. This really helps build vital rapport before the camera starts rolling, so once the questions do start, it feels more like a warm conversation rather than a cold Q&A session. That's why we generally use two-person crews for interview content, one person to focus on the sound and vision and one to manage that vital relationship with the interviewee, so the content you get is sincere, genuine and engaging. Now, there are a couple of exceptions to this interview technique, and that is if you're interviewing people at an event, for example, where you might want to grab a soundbite from them. Obviously, there isn't time to prepare like a sit-down interview, but still, what we always do is approach people first, without the camera, without pointing it in their face, and ask them if they'd like to chat to us about a particular subject, and then we always tell them what we're going to ask them. It's a quick turnaround, but it does mean the interviewee is more ready for you and can compose their thoughts, so that as ever, the content you're getting is relevant and engaging to your audience. Remember, that's what it's all about. That's it for today, guys. Thanks you so much for watching. Keep the comments and questions coming on our social channels. We've had some great questions recently on LinkedIn, so thank you for that. And stay tuned to our series for more hints and tips across our social channels on effectively capturing the power of people in your videos. Stay safe, everyone, and wherever you are in the world, I hope you have a fantastic day.